Right, I think that we are a go, hopefully recording audio. Well, we're on the road again. On the road again. I have just driven in a northerly direction on the E611, which is a fairly nondescript highway that connects Dubai to the Northern Emirates. So we've gone through Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, and now we're in Ras Al Khaimah, my favourite of the 7 Emirates, I'm going to be very honest. Although I live in Dubai, I have a soft spot for Ras Al Khaimah. Lots of trucks going past. I just hope I don't get wiped out by one of them before I start this video. Over there in the distance, beyond the lamppost and the sand dunes, the lorry's just gone past it. You may be able to see the top of a building. That is the Sheikh Khalifa Specialty Hospital. We're on the outskirts of Ras Al Khaimah. We're about to go and embark on a journey of discovery. Look over there, nice bit of lawn, some trees, gaff trees there, beautiful. If I continue further on northerly, like straight on basically, I go into Ras Al Khaimah proper and Wadi B territory, the mountainous area, Jebel Jais, etc. However, I am going to swing a right turn and head in an easterly direction on a fairly cool road called the Shuhada Road, although it is the E87. Probably for about 15 to 20 kilometers until there is a turn off onto a road called Airport Road, which is going to take me into DIGDAGGA. So today we are exploring DIGDAGGA, DIGDAGGA, or DIGDAGGA, as it is also sometimes referred to on maps. DIQGGA. DIGDAGGA or DIGDAGGA, which do you prefer? I don't know, but hopefully this isn't going to be like a 2-hour exploration. It'll be about 30 or 40 minutes, a bit of a shorter one hopefully. DIGDAGGA's not massive, but it is nice. It is predominantly a farming area. There's a camel track there, and there's a very cool like 1970s airport, Ras Al Khaimah Airport, which basically was like almost, I think, like unused for years and years, but it's come back into favour. Has a few sort of budget airlines in and out. Ras Al Khaimah itself is a town that is on the up, definitely. It's become popular with tourists, expats. There's quite a bit going on, and there will be quite a bit more going on in Ras Al Khaimah once the Wynnum Resorts open their casino in the next year or two. It's going to be the first place, I believe, where gambling will be okay in the UAE, I guess. Well, official gambling will be okay within the UAE borders. So anyway, that's not in the DIGDAGGA area. That's in an area called Marjan, I think, which is like a new build sort of extension to Ras Al Khaimah, tourist extension. Anyway, we're going to swing a right coming up. We're going to head down Shuhada Road, or the E87, till we get to airport, and we're going to turn off there. I may as well start filming now. I am not entirely sure what there will be to see on the Shuhada Road. Not that much, I don't suppose. It's just a road that kind of connects places, but we may as well film. I've got the UV filter on, the GoPro 5. I know, pretty high tech, yes. We've got a clean windscreen, which is always a bonus, and we'll take you on a little journey. I don't know how much there will be to chat about on the Shuhada Road. Really, the commentary will begin once we get into sort of the DIGDAGGA area. Okay, some places to check out. We're going to go to a settlement called Now I did write notes, but obviously I've left them at home, usual standard service. I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Just 1 second, don't rush me. Yeah, I can't remember. Well, anyway, there's an area called Sewan, and there's DIGDAGGA, obviously. There's the camel track, Swayhan. There's always a Swayhan, isn't there? Yeah, and I think the settlement was called HAMRANIYAH. It's interesting. It's not like a big town. It's nothing special like that. It's just an interesting place maybe to go and check out on our little exploration of the area. So I'm going to get set up here, and once we're on the road again, we'll hit record and we'll see where we get to today. Stick around. Thank you for joining. That's the intro over. Okay, take it easy. Okay, so we are about to pull off back onto the 611, and just for a few hundred meters, and then we're swinging onto the road I mentioned, Shuhada Road, or the E87. If I continued on this road for like miles and miles, I would end up on the east coast of the UAE, DIGDAGGA, and that would take probably a solid hour's driving, I would say. Maybe 55 minutes, something like that. But I would go past Al Gail and Taween on the way to DIGDAGGA. You can see there's an airport, or an airplane sign, airport in other words, coming up. And then, yeah, we're just firing off the 611. We're connecting with the 87 Shuhada Road. Shuhada, I think, means something like can you see, or something like this. I'm not sure. Shuhada, it's quite a popular Arabic phrase. Shuhada, Shuhada. Can't you see, or can you see? Something like that. Shu is to look or to see. Yeah, so we're going to buzz down here for, probably, I'm guessing, I just did this on Google Earth earlier, so I didn't measure any kilometers, but I think it's probably about 15 kilometers, maybe 20. Like I said, I'm not sure how much there is to say. I mean, what's interesting is we're heading east now. Behind me obviously is westward. About 15 miles, 25 kilometers would see us to the coastline, the northern coast of the UAE, Ras Al Khaimah. Nice beaches, mangrove forests, lagoons. Used to be all public access, but the last few times I've been back, the gates have been locked and fences have been erected and yada yada, so less so now. And then this way you can see, like, either side of the road, sand dunes basically, but they are covered in quite a bit of greenery, so it's not just like pure sand dunes. There are little bits of turf, and there are shrubs all over the desert here, so this is a nice patch of desert. I guess it gets a lot of moisture rolls in from the coastline, in the form of like mists and sea frets and things like that, so must be a bit of moisture. And also Ras Al Khaimah does get smashed by some pretty incredible seasonal rains, so I suppose it's there'll be stores of water under the desert aquifers and stuff like that, so not completely barren. I'm looking, you'll not be able to see, but I've just looked, there's a gap between a couple of sand dunes on the driver's side here, and actually I can see a lot of green, and DIGDAGGA is on the left hand side. I doubt, however, you'll be able to see that. In fact, I'm thinking I may have to change the aspect of the video camera at some point. So we'll just continue on this road for a little bit longer. I don't really guess there's that much to chat about right at the moment, so I'll give the commentary a bit of a rest, and I dare say when I'm editing this, we'll just time lapse through this, speed up the process of getting to DIGDAGGA a little bit. Anyway, enjoy the scenery. Yes, I did just think maybe there are a couple of things I can mention to you. Firstly, it's getting onto the hottest part of the day. It's just approaching 1 PM. It is possibly the 1st of July today, depending on how many days there are in June. Yesterday was June the 30th, so yeah, I think today's the 1st of July. Which means that we are in summertime proper here in the UAE, and were I to venture out of this air-conditioned vehicle, I would not be enjoying the experience. I mean, out there it's probably knocking on the door of 40 degrees, possibly even beyond 40 degrees. It is, yeah, it's a fairly brutal time of year to be in the UAE. It is hot. To give you some idea, even the labourers, I don't mean like even the labourers, but I mean labourers who work out in the outdoors, they get or they should do, hopefully they do, get a break period between, I think, like midday and 4 PM, something like that, where they are not expected to work outdoors, because basically you're putting your life in danger. It's not normal temperatures to be outdoors. It's unpleasant to be outdoors, like doing nothing. So to actually have an activity outdoors is not safe for people. Some sort of toll bridge there on the left hand side, and I think our airport road is imminent. I think it is. I can see road signs, and I'll just pump the brakes a little bit because I don't want to overshoot. No, we've got a roundabout. There you go. You can see on the left hand side of the road, Rak Airport. So Rak Airport more or less is in the centre of DIGDAGGA territory. I haven't been able to uncover many sort of highlights in DIGDAGGA. There's like a natural paradise farm or something like that, where they've got artefacts from the area, from Ras Al Khaimah, but I had a look at it. I would encourage anybody to check it out. It looked really, really miserable. Stuffed animals and examples of coral, which probably should still be in the sea but isn't. Animals and camel and oryx and stuff, and flamingos. So there are a few things there. We certainly shan't be checking that out there. Now, I don't know if you can see, but either side of the car there's like a lot of brown scrubby grass. So like if we'd have been here 3 months ago, which I know we weren't, but this probably would have been quite green and pleasant. However, as you can tell, currently it is not green and pleasant, but that's because the grass and stuff like that is seasonal. It can't withstand summer. Not really. Not much can. Even the trees are looking a bit sort of dead, I suppose would be the way. I didn't see much green on them. A little bit of green, but yeah. I mean, they die back in the summer months and they preserve the water, or whatever you would preserve their life force, and then when it gets cooler, when it gets wetter, they come back. You get a few nice villas either side here. What I do know from previously living in Ras Al Khaimah, it's 20 years ago, mind you, so I'm not pretending I'm up to date with Ras Al Khaimah, but a lot of the Emiratis, a lot of the Ras Al Khaimah residents would have a townhouse in Ras Al Khaimah, and then they would have a out of town home, a farm, and this is where the farm would be. So this is kind of DIGDAGGA, the start of it all. We will get off the main road at some point because I don't want to stay on it all the time. It's a bit boring, really, isn't it, to be honest? There's a mosque on the left hand side. We'll see a few more of those, and everything's just a little bit haphazard. Everything seems to be in a state of decay. Fences are falling down, farms are unattended. Sorry, I'm sure that's making a horrible noise on the microphone, but I've got an itch that I need to scratch. So, we'll not look right into it, but this would be an example, I guess, of what's it say, for daily rent. So there you go, that's like a little tourism thing. We'll have another look at that in a second. What I was going to show you was there's like an animal feed store here. There you go, Wadi Naqab Fodders. Wadi Naqab, by the way, is one of the nice wilderness areas of this region. Has hiking trails, mountain biking, loads of cool stuff, outdoorsy stuff. This is like a playground or something like that, like a family area. I'm not sure. Anyway, hung around. There's like a play park, there's a date. You can see there, just in front of us, like date palm. Looks like they're getting ready to harvest. And there's a family leaving. I don't know exactly what this is, to be honest, but if you want to find out, it's about 2 miles onto Airport Road. You can come and find out for yourself. Real estate company. Doesn't look very occupied, I'll be honest. Ah, here we go. Well, this is the road down to the Al Khawaifi Equestrian Centre. I'm not seeing much evidence of horses right at the, maybe that's what I turned into. Oh, there you go. There's an entrance here. I don't really want to drive through it, but yeah, possibly that's an equestrian centre without any equines, by the looks of things. A non-equestrian centre. Well, hopefully they've got no air-conditioned facilities for this time of year. I have a feeling one of the problems that we may have with today's exploration could possibly be the GoPro overheating, because it is like mounted on my dashboard, which is in the glare of the sun. Yeah, which means that it's not going to be a cool experience for the the GoPro. They are a bit prone to overheating. I'll tell you what, actually, one of the reasons I came up here today, one was just honestly to get out of Dubai, because I was sick of being there for I was getting a bit of, I think, cabin fever, the word. I was just sick of being in Dubai, so I wanted to get out of Dubai. The other thing was, the last time I drove up to DIGDAGGA, admittedly it wasn't in summer, but I found, I doubt very much, unfortunately, whether I'll be able to find it again, but I found like a beautiful little peaceful rural village. It was really nice, just a nice, really nice space, loads of birds, and look at that just ahead there. That's what I've swung round for here, is the palm groves. So look at that, that is a lot of date palms there. Okay, so date palms in these parts are a sign of wealth for individuals, as are camels as well, so we'll keep an eye out for any camel farms. But yeah, that's a pretty substantial date tree plantation, or date palm plantation. And actually, you might be interested, that fence that has around it looks a bit haphazard as well, but that's called barasti, and that's like the palm, when they interweave the palm fronds, you get that sort of they use it for matting. In this case they've just stood them up and you have like a barasti fence. But yeah, quite a, well, I must admit, I wouldn't want to get a puncture out here, but it does look like a track through the middle of nowhere, so I think we should take it, don't you? You can see actually the ground here is like between the desert and the coast. There is a gravel pan, I think it's called, or a gravel like plateau. So this isn't anything like soft desert sand, anything like this. Oh, hello. Seems like somebody come here to dump their toilet. And marble pillars. More. Oh, now, hey, look at this. I might have to do something that I did not want to do here. I may have to get out the car. I really don't want to, but I will. Whew. Right, let's get this microphone. I shall have to just place it there for now. The car in park so it doesn't run me over. Bit like Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. I'd drive around with that on the front of the car for the rest of the day. So yeah, well, horns. It must be a cow. I'm guessing it's not a goat. That's for sure. You might notice before I picked that up, I was quite careful to give it a kick, because you never know what is living amongst these piles of bones. I've had one terrifying experience where I was checking out a carcass, as you do, obviously, and there was a carpet viper or saw scale viper living in the carcass, and they're basically like rattlesnakes, completely venomous, diamond-headed sort of rattlesnakes that rattle. And wow, this thing gave me the biggest probably fright of my entire life, and I don't care how fast Usain Bolt got his world record. What was it, 9.67 or whatever it was? I ran 100 meters quicker than that when this thing like emerged from it was a goat, and I was just kicking it, and this is interesting. So yeah, advisable always to sort of poke a stick into something first to make sure that you don't get an unpleasant surprise. Well, as much as I'd like to drive around for the rest of the day with the carcass on the front of the car, yeah, it doesn't look great, does it? So I'll have to go and remove it. Yeah, more than I thought when I first saw that. I thought obviously it was a camel skeleton, but I don't believe camels have horns, so therefore I guess it must be a cow. Anyway, exciting stuff, isn't it? Yes, broken up toilets, dead animals. If this was like an episode of I think I've identified why there's such a track into the desert here, and it's the usual reason. I feel like swearing, but I won't. The usual effing reason, which is somebody's driven in here. I wonder if this was an abattoir. Flipping heck, there's dead animals everywhere. There's another one. I'm looking out the window, so I don't think you're seeing the same, but somebody's come here to do a good bit of good old-fashioned fly tipping. Well, thank you very much for that. That's all I will say. Wonderful job. But I'm counting 1, 2, like this is almost a bit creepy. I don't know. It is creepy. Yep, it's got creepy. I didn't expect it to be that creepy in DIGDAGGA, but this just goes to show. That's 1, 2, straight ahead, 3. That one, that actually still has its hide on. Do you see that? So that's another cow. Dead. 5, 6. Oh, goodness me. What is going on? Yeah, look, there's another 2 there. 3, in fact, 3 there. Obviously, I don't want to drive over any of them. That wouldn't be very good manners. There's another one there on the left-hand side. More toilets and just shit. Brilliant, great job. Oh, there's some. Oh, there's another dead cow carcass, and a load. When I say a load, I mean there's like about 200 either Heineken or Mountain Dew bottles. I can't tell, one or the other. And more animal carcasses. There's another one. Must be at least Look at that in front of us. I know I've driven past it once. You may not have seen it though. So that is interesting, isn't it? Is it? I just want to make sure we can see them okay. I don't know if we can see over the bonnet that well. It's not really mounted for... yeah, I'd say we should be able to see that. So, there you go. DIGDAGGA. I thought we were coming to see like nice... I thought you were bringing us on a tour to see nice farmland, McNabb. 25 dead cow carcasses. Yeah, very strange, don't you think? Odd. Weird. I do. And then we're out here. There we go, where we came in. Well, I can't possibly imagine. Unless maybe they were diseased, but possibly. Anyway, back onto the track. Sort of minor problem. Whenever you stop, there's no flow of air through the compressor, and the AC kind of falters. The car ends up mega sweaty. I feel like I should sanitise my hands in case there's fucking anthrax or something in the air. We've got now a common feature of the more rubbish, well done for spotting that without me having to point it out to anybody. Dead palms. Dead palms. So these palms look like, I'll show you here, looks like they've been eaten into. They got holes all the way through them, so that could be termites, although we don't really have termites here. So I think there's like there is a beetle which basically gets into these palms and kills them over time, and it's a real problem, not just for the UAE. So it's like clashing and bashing in the back of the car. I know exactly what it is. It's one of the seat belts, I think. I should have to tie it up a bit later on. This is nice. This is alive. In fact, I'll go and do it now. This is a gaff tree in front of us. The national tree of the UAE. Just go and fix whatever's at the back of the car here, right? Oh, it's windy. Let's fix that. It was a bungee cord. So yeah, nice gaff tree for us, and beyond that, actually, beyond a nice gaff tree, reconnect, there's some nice green. Right, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. Good, we're on the move again. And if I took a handbrake off, it would be helpful, yeah? So yeah, some dead palms, or the, what is it? Mortis Nakhil. Dead palms. Oh, hey, some more toilets as well, by the way. Just spotted those on the left-hand side here. I wonder what the story with the toilets are. They look like they were literally just dumped off the back of a truck. Weird place, isn't it? problem is here, I've deviated so far from the route that I had in my mind. Oh, that's okay. We're at the crossroads, there's another track here. This should take me back to the airport road. We'll see. Right, apologies if we're a bit rattly. We're on a rattly road. Actually, this looks like it's maybe a trail for horses or something like that, maybe. We are back on the road. I can probably... Whoa, look at that whirling dust created. Actually, straight ahead you can see that. Look, that's yeah, it was a gusty when I was out there putting my life on the line to show you like animal skulls and stuff. It was blustery, so just know that. Horrible wind though, not cooling anyway, like a hot, like being hot hairdryer blowing you in the face. Right, more animal fodder. Probably have a surplus now, seeing all the dead animals around. Well, I'd be interested to know how you're enjoying the tour so far. Is it exciting stuff? But I get overtaken by a Tesla. I'll let them go past. Doesn't want to, right. Construction on the, well, vehicles for rent, not the rent, spare parts on the right hand side. Does have a slightly Mad Maxy feel to it at the moment. Now, I remember here, there's a little small roundabout. Rack Airport, as you can see, is 4 kilometres on the right, but we are going to take a left, and that is going to take us to, oh, I love this, the guy, obviously you can't see because of we're facing forward, but the guy behind in a Tesla had his front windscreen covered with a black bin bag, obviously to prevent too much sunlight, which is always makes me amused when I see that. Now, why am I doubling back? There's no chance of getting a view of that Tesla again, so don't we're not doing it for that reason. I guess what I spotted was and I'll mention it when we see it again, like a whole palm tree plantation, but all of the palms were dead, and that's in the foreground of this. You can see just over that wall, maybe. You can see all of the dead palms, probably about 40 or 50 of them there. They just sort of decay down to a very short stump when they're dead. So this road here is taking us to the camel track. Hopefully via a small settlement called, what did I say it was called before? I can't remember. I'm sure there'll be a road sign. Right, well, the GoPro is hot, I'm going to say that. I hope we get a chance to record enough of DIGDAGGA. We're still on this road, kind of circumventing the airport. I can see it over my shoulder, but obviously you can't, so one up to me. What's going on here? Well, It's still hot outside. Hard to say whether it's got hotter or not, but it's hot, it's sweaty. Without the AC, this is a journey that would be unthinkable. In the winter months, it's so pleasant here. It's really beautiful. But so much bird life and everything else. It's really fantastic. You know, nice date palms here on the right hand side. I don't know how much of that we're able to see. Solitary camel over there in the shade of a tree. Should we go and have a quick look? We've got nothing behind. I think I can swing a Yui here. Right. I have a feeling that I've been down this road before. You can see as well, by the way, what I was saying about all this brown stubbly grass. Like, yeah, 2 or 3 months ago that would have been like lovely green, not pasture, but you know what I mean. It would have been like the verges or whatever you would call it would be nice and green. There is a camel. I'm not sure I can get to him though, unfortunately. I'll line up the camera. There he is there, just in the shade of that big tree dead ahead. 12 o'clock. He's got his back to us, I can hardly see him, so I doubt you'll be able to see him. I don't know if he's just hanging out there or if he's tethered. Whew. Alright. There you go. Back on the this road had a name. I remember this was called Altabil Street. So where there was that roundabout, Airport Road went on to the right and we came left, and this is Tabil Street. Here's a couple of camels out. I don't know what they're doing this summer about camel racing. I guess they give them a season off. Or still quite green on the left hand side here of the picture. Let's see what you've got. You have got both sides of the road. It's only a single lane track, so some farm equipment there on the left hand side. Project under development. Doesn't say what it is, but it's under development. Scrubland on the right, fenced off on the left. Proper fence as well. I know that Rack Prison is around here somewhere. I'll tell you what's amazing. Well, I think it's amazing. You probably won't have any interest, but when I first moved to the UAE, I lived in Ras Al Khaimah. That's 2001 to 2002, so not a long time, 1 year. Oh, obviously I've been back every year since, just to do outdoor stuff up here and camping and stuff. But the year that I lived here, this area, DIGDAGGA, somewhere in here, I should be able to find it if I do a bit of research, although it may be developed on. There was an expat golf course. I think it was 9 holes. There was no lawn or no fairways, nothing like that. It was, the golf was played like on the desert basin, and your fairways were marked out with green sort of pebbles and stones, and then water hazards were marked out with blue. And once you got onto an area where you were putting effectively like a green, there were no greens. You just had to sort of chip into a bullseye zone, and if you got it in the centre, then you one-putted, and if you bounced in like out of the centre bull and into the outer bull, then you had the 2-putt. So, but it's not that I'm saying that was incredible. What I am saying, there's a bit of traffic behind me here. like some expats had gone out into the desert to do this. I just found it was incredible to set up this pretend golf course just to stop themselves going mad. Look, we're doing a U-turn there because of these two monsters in front of us. Camels. I've beat my horn, they're not even looking up. Oh, there he is, look at that. He's a big old boy. I think they're males. No, maybe not. Oh, yes, maybe. Can't tell. Well, actually, maybe not. The males are usually quite solitary, so they may be two lady camels. Anyway, having a nice munch on something over there. Now on the right hand side here, may be able to turn in. Yeah, I think so. You can see here, I'm sure I've been in here before. I'm pretty sure. This is like where they grow lawns and stuff, so they would grow the... I think the whole idea of DIGDAGGA is that there's quite a large sort of water supply underneath DIGDAGGA, and they've got these boreholes, so that would be grass that might be moved down to Dubai or Abu Dhabi to go into like hotel gardens or something like that, or maybe just for animal fodder. Yeah, and this is where the guys live. Goodness me, look at that. Crappy in it, but you know, this is what it is, I guess. Breeze block wall, borehole, and they just grow grass and turf. I'm almost sure I've been in there or one of these, because I was driving past and one of the guys invited us in just to have a look around. Random, not today. Looks like all gates are closed. I wonder if they're having a day off. It's the weekend. But both sides here, you can perhaps see like the grass is growing. So that, yeah, animal fodder, probably that is. But good stuff. Good stuff. Well done. Thank you. Now, there is a fork here. I'm going to continue straight on because I'm wondering... Oh, wow. Wow. Somebody's gone all out on the right-hand side here. It says private entry. Yeah, I think that's some sort of palace or maybe a sheikh's pad. We'll spin around and have a look, shall we? Yes, we will. Nice Lexus on the other side. So, yeah, this looks like a little bit of like a... If I swing by slowly, a huge pothole, swallow up a small car, that would really smash you up if you're a small car. And through here, I don't know if you can see above the green fence. I think you can. Some really nice, sleek designed properties, you know, really nice modern contemporary design. Very nice. I don't know what that is exactly. I shan't go up there. It said private entry, so show respect to their privacy. Look nice though. Something, somewhere. Food trading, Al Malak grocery, so there's a little shopping precinct here. All sorts of ubiquitous stores. Well, none of them are doing business, unfortunately. Building materials, mobile phone trading. I'll run that, flowers and gifts, nothing really happening here. That's it, look, HAMRANIYAH. That's what this settlement's called. So this is what I was looking for. It's a bookshop, laundry, supermarket. Ahead of us is a rather emaciated looking cow. In fact, there's a whole herd of them. And guess what they are eating? Or whatever's dropped around the dustbin by the looks of things. That one's got a plastic bag in its mouth. Well done. Yes, the HAMRANIYAH. Look, I cannot believe that. I'm going to have to go back in a second. But where that cow was grazing at the rubbish dump, there was another toilet. Now, this is definitely not the nice settlement that I had in mind that I encountered last time I was in. Look at those. What a pair of absolute beauties. When I say beauties, what am I referring to, do you think? Look at that. And you've got your classic cruiser, lovely decal bull bars in front, and then behind that you've got the 480 VTC Super Safari, both in black. Whew. Man, that's pretty sensational. So yeah, I guess this is where some of the locals either have ancestral homes, live here, or whatever. There's a health centre, you can't see, but it's just... Alright, look, like I said, here's those cows again, grazing at the dumpster, lovely natural sight. And then, they're obstructing the view. There's a toilet. I'm sure I saw it. Hang on. Yes. Somebody's been doing donuts here, I can tell. Close by. Look at that, behind the dumpster. Another abandoned toilet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe people only use a toilet one time around here and then chuck it out. Mosque on the left. Now these are what I would describe as local homes, mansions basically. They are jumbo. How many rooms? Too many rooms. Too many rooms, probably 20 rooms. There's a nice big one. Oh, there's one with an open door there. By the way, I think it's the end of the Eid al-Adha festival. It's like a Muslim Islamic special time of year. Everybody's door seems to be open, which means that it's kind of, you know, if you're in the neighbourhood, pop in. We'd love to see you. I'm not sure if they'd love to see me. I'd love to see their neighbours, family members, all that sort of stuff. Well, this gives you a nice sort of view of DIGDAGGA sort of area. So look at that. That is green in the middle distance, I would say. I halfway want to go down here. I think you get good views from these upper sort of, it's like elevations, aren't they? See that? That's nice. Huge gaff tree, that right in front. Beautiful. Big gaff tree. But like, this is so typical. This is like the mentality of these places. I just don't get it, yeah? Lovely houses. They've got lovely villas. And look at that. There's like everything that was used to build the house just dumped on this side, and then you look on the far side, it's just the same over there, just rubble. Okay, just rubble. Building materials, just chuck it, doesn't matter, throw it anywhere. Man, to me, bad planning. Get it cleared up. Have a little bit of social responsibility. Do you think? Maybe? I don't know. Don't be so preachy. Right? I'll just ignore it. It's there then. HAMRANIYAH. Yeah, this isn't where I was thinking of, I must admit. Where I was thinking of was like a really... Well, it may have become this in the last 5 years, although I don't think it has. It was like a really low impact, small little rural village, really, is what I'd say. Seeing there. I know there's a few of these where the gates are wide open. Maybe we can have a sneaky peek. Sneaky peek? Should we do that? Ooh. That's room 418. Oh, wrong way. Sorry, it's a huge courtyard, massive mansion. Well done. There's our two beauties, two black beauties, Land Cruiser and Nissan Patrol. I think out of those two, which one would you... maybe go for the Land Cruiser. I would be happy with either, obviously. I'm just wondering what may be down here. This looks like Old Town, HAMRANIYAH. And maybe this is where I was at previously, although I don't think so, but who knows? Oh, this is nice. So this would be like the old, yeah. This would be the Old Town equivalent. Obviously the new mansion's there up on the hill that we've just driven around. But then, yeah, this could possibly be the Old Town. See that villa there for rent, direct from owner. Wouldn't it be nice to have one of these as like a weekend getaway? Yeah, maybe this is where I was at. Well, it's nice, isn't it? You see, it's all old school. Nice trees. So this is a mosque, I guess, is it? Somewhere. I think that's for ablutions. So I'm not hanging around. Oh, mind you, it's not in use. It's full of garbage. Oh, there's the mosque. There you see opposite. So yeah, I'd say this is possibly where I remember being last time. Possibly. It must be a school, I think. Ah. Let's see what the local graffiti's like. Oh, that is by Dubai standards. That's not great graffiti. I'm sorry. It's Arabic words. I hope none of them are rude. I wouldn't want to get demonetized on YouTube. My 17 views average per video. Yeah, I think I'm a long way away from making this a profitable venture. There's a nice big mosque. Modification of existing school. Ah, so there you go. That's what's behind us. Nice big mosque, huge minaret. Yeah, I'm not sure this is where I was at last time. It seems a lot bigger than I remember. But still, nice to see. What's a graffiti? I wonder. Maybe, you never know. I don't know that's somebody's house, I think it is. I'm not driving there. There's the old Pajero. Like it. RAV4. Old school. They were great. Very popular for buzzing around the desert. Lots of graffiti there. I'm not sure I'll be very happy about that. Noughts and crosses are playing on the wall. Maybe there are some naughty individuals in DIGDAGGA. Here we go, back streets. Look at this. Little courtyard. Farmland. Some firewood. I suppose I haven't been chased off. Possibly this is well, oh look at that, you see. I'm thinking probably Eid al-Adha is when they have the, looks like a dead end. It's when they have they slaughter a goat. I think I saw one of these carports. Yeah, look there, you see. I have the noose. So they've probably hung the goat up by his hind legs, said their sacrificial words, and then they slit its throat, let it bleed out. That's as far as I understand the concept of halal butchery. Probably more complex than that, but please don't make it a thing. I would be terrified to open my window because I bet there's a stink of animal parts around here. I'm guessing there might be. Okay, see how we're doing here, battery life, etc. Got a low battery. Well, I don't want to risk losing any of this footage, so I'm going to pause there and change batteries. Let's go. Just get in the shade. And halas. Okay. We are recharged. We have had a battery change. You'd be happy to hear we're now on 100%. With 2 hours remaining on the memory card, which means in theory we could keep going for another 2 hours. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe, or maybe not. DIGDAGGA seems very, very quiet. Oh, this is not DIGDAGGA, this is HAMRANIYAH. There's a large school on the left side now. Let's have a look what it says. It says no access. There, I would hate to get a traffic fine. Fatima bint Mubarak School. I'm not sure if that was possibly Sheikh Zayed's wife. I might be wrong. The name seems familiar though. So that'll be a local school, local kids, free education. Thank you very much. Looks nice and new. I think that's what came on, had a bit of an overhaul recently. Probably the old housing that was kind of regarded as substandard was redeveloped. I think we saw that in one of the videos when we were in Al Quain, if you remember the E55 excursion video, which reached the heady heights of, can you believe this, 51 views. That's not 51 k. That's literally 51. So I feel that was a well spent 6 hours, 2 hours touring, and then hours editing and uploading and right. I guess we do it because we love it, don't we, eh? So I'm ready to put HAMRANIYAH in the rear view mirror. Nice though. I'm not sure this is where I was at previously, or it seems so big that maybe I was just in a different part. So yeah, there was some nice shiny new villas up on the hill, but then this is all more old schooly. I happen to like it. It'd be lovely if they gave me just a free house here. I'd live here quite happily. Quite a few camels out. I'm just gonna spin around so you get a view of those. I'd like to feel that you had been underserved camels. There you go, look at that. Look quite nice. He's coming over. Hello, how are you? I am on the phone to you, mate. It says when you come out. Right. So young camels. Oh, that's a nice little moment. Doesn't want to get touched. I thought he did. Yeah. Give the guy a wave. There you go. Nice to see. Right, I'm escaping before I get dragged into a conversation I don't want to have. Let's go. Well, it looks I'm not interested. I saw one or two cars drive around. Other than that, it seemed absolutely deserted. So I'm going to take a gamble here. Oh no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm not using any maps for this. I'm trying to do this from memory, which is, see, foolproof, bulletproof way to get around DIGDAGGA. But I think this is the road up to the Camel racetrack. I don't even know if there'll be anything at all to see up there. There's another school there, Fatima bint Mubarak for boys. That was a girls' school, by the way. Then, no, not co-ed. They're not co-ed. No, they're not. Right. I'm tempted to go up there, but I'm going to continue. I think this is still. Car's beginning to make one or two odd sounds. I'm hoping it's just the wind outside. I think it is. Well, that looks nice. Should we follow that? Nissan Patrol? Why not? Why not? Anywhere a patrol goes, my Page can keep up. Don't you worry about that. Oh, we got some sheep. Goats. They're goats, aren't they? We got some goats. He is absolutely strutting his stuff, that goat. I'm gonna have to make a little turn around here. You know why he's strutting the stuff, don't you? Because he survived the Eid. And there he is. Look at him. Yeah, you're not getting me. Ah, you're not getting me. That's what he's saying. That looks quite nice. That's a little farm. Look at that. I don't think this is a private entrance. I think this is just having a look. There's doors open. Ah, there's all those buddies. I don't know if it's a sheep or a goat. Can't tell. Floppy ears and a down tail. Is that a sheep or a goat? Well, this is quite pleasant. This is, I'm sure this is somewhere I've camped around here before. I'm like 99% sure. If it's anywhere near the camel track, which I think it is. And there's a couple more in front. Huh. He is bolting. Look at that. Go, 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 go. There you go. I don't know what the story is there. And this one's just a bit slower. Oh, he's off as well. Let's go. Very cool. And there's a nice little Majalis type thing, affair. My little desert camp, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've camped around here once before. There's a local. I'm not sure how happy he would be seeing me drive through here. I think it's a problem. There's a nanny, goodness me. Imagine that. Ending up here, being a nanny in the middle of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Wanting to get well paid for it. Well, I would be. Yeah, some camel farms around. Some camels you can see there over. Camels over yonder. I'm doing a massive backwards loop here to where I actually want to be, so I'm going to swing it and go in the other direction again. Trees, isn't it? Yes, quite pleasant. Quite a nice little neighbourhood. It's strange, isn't it, when you think the equivalent to this in like Europe would be living in a farming community, wouldn't it? Like somewhere in Northumberland or something like that. Look at that. They're all on the move. Look at his dags, goodness me. He must be in charge of all of them. No, there's a couple of them there. Yeah. I wonder which one's in charge. Huge dags. Ear tags on. Very, very fun to see. Right, back on the main. I'm going to do something that I bet none of the locals have seen here before. I'm using an indicator. There we go. Right, got the UA flag. Always nice to see. Some stables up there somewhere. They weren't obvious. Right, back on the blacktop. Search of the camel track. Now what we usually look for a camel track is white fencing. Is often the sign of a camel track, well, and camels obviously. Now I can see some white fencing and I can see some camels. So I'm optimistic we're in the right zone. You know, it's funny, there's no street lights here, so like, I remember I camped here with friends 10 years ago probably. And of course, you arrive in the dark, like I did, campfire, a bit of food, drinks, you can go to bed and then wake up the next day and we're about 50 metres away from somebody's farmhouse. Yeah, when it's dark and there's no street lights and there's maybe a new moon, you really don't know exactly where you are, you're just kind of there. Lots of houses built up onto artificially raised dunes. It's a Honda, I do apologise. When you build houses, there you go. Camel track on the right hand side. Red railing. This guy doesn't like going over speed bumps. So yeah, you can see in there, that's basically the camel. They don't run on anything fancy, they just run on a desert, like a sandy sort of surface. And the camel track can be quite long, like 20, 30, 40 kilometres, sometimes a loop, it's like a loop. We chatted about this in a previous video, didn't we? It looks like they've all set up, all closed up for the season. Maybe they transport the camels somewhere cooler for the summer, or just there's a few camel farms I can see on the left side. I don't know whether you can see it so easily though. That's how boring it would be being a camel jockey, sitting on the back of a camel and runs around there. It'd take hours. It's all looking a bit tatty, to be honest, a bit like in disrepair. Somebody needs to get up here and do a bit of fixing. do a bit of fixing for the camel track. International order. If you can see the bottom of all these trees on the, for example, this one here, or these ones on the left hand side, are very straight under canopies, and that's as high up as the camels can reach and nibble. You always get these squared off at the bottom. Well, there's a good example of one. Just they look better from a distance. I was going to show you that one, but I guess I'll show you this one. So it's such a bushy tree, but the base of the canopy is like chewed away. It's almost flat. I don't know if you can see that. Sound. It's the radio. The volume is down, but it's still tick tick tick. Right, this looks like the kind of race camel area, fairly standard. So grocery, Aldura general trading, farm supplies, etc., etc. Fodder trading, yes, and then here we are. By the way, up ahead you can see that elevated dune. I think on the other side of that is the 611 road, the Inter-Emirate road, and then this must be the camel track. Well, thank you for leaving the gates open. I don't mind if we come and have a look. The gate's not exactly open, it's been smashed open, barriers smashed down. I don't think there's any racing on today, so don't worry. Now look at this is intriguing. It looks almost exactly the same as the one in Al Quwain, which makes me think probably like funded, built by the same people. Complete disrepair is what it is. Okay, there you go. Smashed up and broken. And there are sheikhs, of course. Sheikh Zayed, no longer with us. Sheikh Mohammed Maktoum, Sheikh Hamdan's on there from Dubai. His Highness Sheikh Shaki from Fujairah. Mullah from Al Quwain. Nuaimi from Ajman. Should we go on? Sheikh Al Qasimi. Dr. His Highness Sheikh Al Qasimi from Sharjah, and then Sheikh Saka Al Qasimi from Ras Al Khaimah, which is where we are. Ras Al Khaimah, interestingly enough, means top of the tent or head of the tent. I think that's because obviously it's on the most northerly emirate. I am definitely going to let this Land Cruiser past, because I think he looks like he's ready to run me off the road if I don't. So there you go. Do drive safely. Thank you. Now, if my calculations are right, DIGDAGGA town should be kind of on our left hand side. So DIGDAGGA town should be on the left. Next junction or roundabout, we'll head off in that direction. Not that much to see this side of the road now. Camel track obviously on the right, and on the left side is like desert scrub. It's just, that's all really, desert scrub. And DIGDAGGA, or DIGDAGGA, is quite big. You will see this when we get there. I'm hoping to get some food when we get there, because I am actually quite peckish now. And a couple of slices of toast for breakfast. Look at these two sauntering down the road towards us. Hello! I'm just going to go on my way. Do you mind? Thank you. Well, isn't she pretty? Look at you, pretty little thing. We've got a sheep up ahead. He's just got across. Oof, can you imagine being a sheep or a shaggy haired goat out here? It's like 45 degrees out there at least. Man, you would be getting overheated. Camels there have had their front legs tied together to prevent them from roaming for miles and miles and miles. Just sort of limits them a little bit to how far they can get around. Right, I might just take a little pause there until we get to DIGDAGGA. Well, I'm on the move again. I'll tell you what was interesting, semi-interesting, is if you look in the distance beyond the tree line, you might see some mountains, but you can hardly see them. Okay, well, that's due to the, I mean, the mountains are there, they're huge, by the way, the Hadjars, big mountains, big foothills, and then bigger sort of mini mountains behind, including Jebel Jais, the highest point in the UAE. During the summer months, you just can't see them because the humidity and heat haze is so much. I think they had the humidity today recorded at 50%. I'm not really sure that that's the real humidity. I think it's a lot higher than that. But yeah, behind this settlement, which I believe is DIGDAGGA, or the outskirts of DIGDAGGA, there's like a mountain range. It's just that you can't see it clearly. You've got to really look for it. I remember when I lived here, when I first got to school, it's horrible. It's still the end of summer, and everybody was saying, "Oh, it's beautiful when it's winter. You get this wonderful backdrop of mountains." I was like, "Yeah, I don't think so. I can't see anything." And then, of course, when it is winter, you do get this incredible backdrop of mountains. People weren't lying; they were telling the truth. Right, it's a bit of a gamble. I'm just going to swing a right here. I believe that this is DIGDAGGA. It is, there you go. DIGDAGGA substation on the right hand side, just driven past it. So yeah, DIGDAGGA. man, I like Ras Al Khaimah, right? No messing around. It's a nice. Well, that road certainly didn't go on as long as you anticipated, did it? Rather looks like that's end of the line. We've got that house there, but it's nice and quiet at night time. I think probably what we're looking at there is like a poultry farm. I think it looks like that's what that'll be. I'm terrified to open my window to check the smell, but I think that's what that'll be, a poultry. Quite big. Poultry livestock, maybe for the summer they put the animals in there, air conditioning. It looks like a poultry farmer. So there's the substation. Past FEMA, the Federal Electricity and Water Authority. Could drive up there. Shall we do it? Why not? There you go. It's a new road. So this is DIGDAGGA. There is like a main strip through DIGDAGGA, but I guess if I go and show you that, it's just showing you like a main road. So this is the interior of DIGDAGGA. Would I object to living here? Absolutely not. It looks lovely. Obviously there's a bit of rattling going on. That's because there's no tarmac road. Just like a desert track. I like that. That's a selling point in itself. Ooh. Yes, me. It's green. There are trees absolutely everywhere. Not so much bird life, but it's not really the season. I guess the migratory birds have buzzed out of town off to cooler parts of the world. So yeah, this is the interior of DIGDAGGA. Oh, that looks like somebody's private property. This will be like a little meeting spot, community meeting house maybe, or something to keep the goats. I'm not sure exactly. Not bad, not too much litter, just a couple of bits of plastic here and there, but nothing horrific like in other places we've driven through on previous tours. Back on the blacktop. This is nice. There's a mosque and an Eid prayer ground, the outdoor prayer area for Ramadan Eid prayers, things like that. doesn't seem to be a huge amount of life in these areas at the moment. They seem to be fairly sedate, is the word that I'm going to use. Sedate, that could be the word just to sum up the entire tour, start to finish so far. It has been sedate. I think if I get to further along this road, I might get to like the more, you see, we're onto a main road here, so I guess this is a DIGDAGGA High Street. There's a car wash. Yeah, look at this. So, yeah, I know all this area so well. It's so nice. Anyway, we'll hop along here. What I want to get is a cup of tea and a sandwich. And once I've done that, we'll go back into DIGDAGGA, have a little drive around for 10 minutes and then go to the airport, is what I'm thinking. This road should take us to the airport. DIGDAGGA Dairy Farm. Almanara Men's Massage. Goodness me. This is a bit racy for DIGDAGGA, isn't it? Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. That's my bank. That's nice to see. The Alawadja cafeteria is open. What I'm looking for though, not as really a cafeteria. I want like a chai shop. I want a proper Indian chai. And look at that. Whoa. Look at that. Nissan Patrol Super Safari from the 80s and 90s. That's like, we used to call those the Rhino Chasers back in the day. They were, when we first moved out here, they were the car to have. Right, honey trading. There you go. Quite traditional, isn't it? Yes. Fruit and vegetables. There's a supermarket. And a roastery, which is like nuts and Lebanese stuff. You know, a lot of this produce here will be from the area, I think, like a lot of it. Continue a bit further. Tyre fixing. Computers and mobile phones, DIGDAGGA Pharmacy. I'm going to have to go backwards if I want to go and get me a cup of tea, aren't I? Right. Well, that place looks like it's got a couple of people in it, which is a good sign. I think I'm going to spin around. Right. There's no reason why we need to record this. Anyway, this is DIGDAGGA, like the main strip. Oh, pesticides trading company there. I'm going to pick up some pesticides for later on. Nice green even by the sides of the roads here. It's quite pleasant, isn't it? It's not unpleasant, that's for sure. Oh, a bit of traffic congestion coming up. There's a lorry delivering his stuff. What do I want? Right, let me pause. Oh, nice gaff tree in front of us. Beautiful, eh? So, are we nice and refreshed? Yes, we are. Just been to the Ajwa cafeteria on DIGDAGGA High Street. Mafafi combo. ubiquitous in the UAE. It's basically a really cheap chicken zinger burger with added pickled jalapenos. Ubiquitous, cheap, tasty, all the stuff. Watermelon juice, very refreshing, and a cup of chai. So there you go. Good stuff. The gaff tree was nice. That was what I was mentioning there. Excuse me, sorry. I have decided we are going to do 10 minutes of DIGDAGGA, and we're going to figure out the quickest way to get to the airport, and then we're done. So this is DIGDAGGA. We're going a bit further than this. Trying to get the heart of DIGDAGGA. I guess originally would have just been scrubby farmland. It's developed into something. Sorry if you can hear things rattling. It's food cartons and stuff. I should dump them in the back somewhere. There you go. Right. So this is DIGDAGGA. Sand down here, isn't it? That's natural piles of it. I brought it in from sand dunes, I'm not sure exactly why it's here. We'll continue a bit further in this way. Look how green it is. Is this? Oh, that's I think. Huge, and it bears no fruit, unfortunately. But I think that tree there, I think that's a mango tree. There's no fruit on it at all, so I don't know if it's out of season or ornamental, or of course more obviously just not a mango tree, but I think it is. There you go. Excuse me again. Community dumpster. Plastic bags in the trees. We do like to see that. Plastic bag tree. Right. One of my first YouTube uploads about 15 years ago. Plastic bag trees of Fajira. Unfortunately I had to bring it down. A controversial video, can you believe that, eh? Back in the first year of YouTube. Before the woke generation, people were offended by my comedic take on plastic bags in trees. It's still there somewhere. Not a public upload. After somebody threatened to get me deported. Didn't like it. Well, DIGDAGGA might be a bit more green and pleasant than this. We've been here already. Look at this. It's not very adventurous, is it? I thought so. There's the chicken poultry farm, isn't it? Right. Well, that's a bit rubbish, McNab. I'll tell you what. I'll come down here. This is not off the beaten path with DIGDAGGA. This is main road DIGDAGGA. Not main road, main thoroughfare. Look at that, TALID. There's food delivered all the way out here. Oh, these are quite nice, look, I'll show you that. I'll have these up in Ramadan. Is that a community fridge? I don't know if you see there, empty. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's plugged in either, to be honest. But community fridge and a community water tank for people who want chilled. Not people, it's not like free for, it's for labourers, workers, people who are working outdoors, stuff like that. I want a cool snack or a cold drink. Cool, so I'll tell you what would be nice. Something like a cornet or a magnum. Could have that for my dessert. Yeah, so this is DIGDAGGA. Let's try and find out what it means. Wow, it looks super green over my shoulder to the left there. We'll have a little... What I don't want is to end up in the same little community space I was in 10 minutes ago then, for half an hour. Right, had a little snack, recharged my batteries, listened to the BBC World News Review. Paris, obviously France being a big talking point. Riots. What is it else? De-risking relations with China. Companies in Bolivia buying salt flats to get their hands on lithium. Right, I believe I was down there, so we're just running the risk of going around in circles. DIGDAGGA is so big, I don't want to. So I'm going to get back on the main road and then travel down a distance. Or maybe not. Some tracks in the sand. Let's follow the tracks, that's much more fun. Off-road DIGDAGGA. DIGDAGGA tours. I wonder if it appeals because it sounds so much like DIGDAGGA. Go to DIGDAGGA. Go to DIGDAGGA. Kind of the sign. Maybe somebody's abode. Yeah, it's difficult in some cases to say where the property's finished and the scrubland starts up again, but there you go. Some of the outer reaches of DIGDAGGA. At the end of the road, or is it? The end of the road, I mean, obviously it's a tree. Huh? DIGDAGGA. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, lots of, sad to say, dead palms. However, you know, there are some live ones there as well, mainly dead. Water tanks. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, that was a big bump. That was a big bump. Ah, there's a nice space. Oh, that is rocking the suspension. I might have to go there, VIP garage, to get it fixed. Hopefully not though. This is nice, dead ahead. That's the Majalis meeting place. Doesn't it look nice, eh? Just sit out there. Very nice. Sofas on the side of the road seems to be the thing here. There's another one, and another one. Look at that. Here, there's a whole garden set. There you go. Well, a little bit litter strewn here. I'm going to be honest, this is what I would typically refer to as a shithole. Ha 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 ha. A shithole would be complete without, just in front of the bin, hopefully you can see 24 cans of real strength Red Horse, which is the local strong beer. A load of knackered cars. The IP garage wasn't able to fix those, maybe. Well, here's a nice scratched up one. Insurance job. It's not a Nissan Skyline, that is it? No. Hemi. Dodge Charger. A few stores. And we'll go back onto the DIGDAGGA main road for a bit further. Zone of DIGDAGGA to explore. We could go over to the other side of the road. We might do that, but not right now. We'll keep moving, keep going, keep a distance. I think this is where I came to get fed, isn't it? Yeah, so much more of DIGDAGGA to see. Nurseries, garden design, pharmacies, etc., etc. Like I said before, you probably can't see, but this is like a wall of grey. Horrible summer humidity, but in front of us there is a mountain range. Yes, there is. Right, I feel like we've sprinted far enough down the road. Oh, here's one of our big companies, Gulf Pharmaceuticals. That's a bona fide multi-million-dollar a year company. Paracetamols, stuff. Not just paracetamols, all sorts of stuff. Lots of stuffs they make. stuffs. Well, we're still in DIGDAGGA, I believe. I want to go and have an explore, so let's go up here. College on the right hand side, Applied Colleges of Technology. I think that's a government thing. Basketball, volleyball, football, no tennis though. It'd be interesting if there was a tennis court. I do like a bit of tennis. Indoors only at the minute though. I think I'd peg out of that and play more than a couple of points outdoors. Scorchio. Even the thing is, even at night time, the humidity is high and the temperatures are high. It just doesn't. Obviously not as high as during the day, but still night time. Probably this time of year it won't dip below 30. More averagely be about 32, 34 at night time. Like in the middle of the night when the sun's down, and the humidity will remain high. So thoroughly unpleasant at night time and in the daytime. Win-win. So this is off the beaten track, DIGDAGGA, and I've just realised I do not have 4x4 on. Oof. Well, that was some good driving. Yes, it was. Thank you very much. I managed to take our computer over. I say good driving. I think I'm caught between 4x4 on and not on. Right, let's go. Now we're on. Problem is with these Pajeros, others as well, they've got this electronic traction, and I guess when the wheels hit sand it thinks it's maybe ice or something, like they lock up, so you have to kind of fight against it. Let gravity be your friend though, is the rule. See, the problem there is obviously we're going uphill. That's not helpful. You're having engine running, not cars not behaving. So this is the backside of DIGDAGGA. It's not that much to see, is it really? sort of going like off the grid or whatever you would call it, yeah? Heather's going to know if you live in DIGDAGGA. I don't even know if they're government of the UAE, even though you live here. Random place. Well, they got off the grid, obviously. Must be about as close as you can get to being off the grid. Hospital. It is the Abdullah bin Omran Hospital for Obstetrics and Gynecology. Well, I won't be needing that today, thank you very much. Although, would you ever know in 2023 if we did? Probably not. Right. We're heading down here. I have got my eyes peeled on the horizon for anything resembling an airport or a control tower. And I will be very honest with you, at this particular point in time, I see nothing that looks airporty. On a proper road, you know, you would expect a proper road would lead to a proper airport, not a dust track. So my rationale there is that by being on a proper road, we must be going somewhere important, like an airport. There's a nice mosque. Going a fair lick, this guy in front. He's pushing it up. Hey, there's somebody in the back. Be careful. Come on, he's just put his turban over his head. He's having a snooze. Imagine that being very comfortable. Any signs for airport? Selling carpet grass. Whoa, hello. All over the place there. I think you had a GoPro as well on his, mounted on his. Ah, look. I'm not a. That was that place I mentioned, Rack Natural Treasures. There's no way I'm going there. It looked absolutely tragic on Google. So feel free, check it out yourselves. Oh, this is nice and green. Also, looks like moorland on the left-hand side of us. Nice healthy palms. I feel like I should pop in here just to spin a Yui. So I can share this discovery with everybody. Oh, there's a holiday resort, I believe. Okay. Yeah. Looks nice, doesn't it? Like a moor. Lots of grass, lots of greenery. I'm just mindful of any cars approaching, but it's not. So, and healthy palm trees in the distance. Not the far distance, the middle distance. What's going on here? Let's have a look. This looks like it says working hours 7 till 7. Welcome the 7 elements. Now I'll have to check that out some other time. Not today. We're on a mission. Yes, we are, aren't we? We're going to find RAK, Russell Kmart Airport. Nice Majalis on the right. So this is looking healthy. The sprinklers are on. I'm not sure now is the best time to sprinkle, but then I'm not an expert when it comes to horticulture. Evaporation, although maybe with the humidity being the way it is, yeah, not that much would evaporate. And the equestrian centre closed down at the moment. Aha! I spied the violet line, a load of old planes from the 1970s and 80s parked up at the end of a runway. Yes, you're right, I have just spotted Russell Kmart Airport. And we are going to take our first opportunity to spin around and stalk our quarry. There's a carpet grass growing farm that's now abandoned. Oh no, it should cost to buy one of these. I'd love to buy a farm. Very nice. Running like a collective. 20 mates involved. Grow stuff. No, I'm not hugely optimistic, but there you go. Dirt track does lead to the airport. How strange. There you go, there it is in front of us. All secure. Not getting in there. Jeez, I bet you could then. Oh, not there though. This is gate number 3. Right. Oh, that is blocked. La 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 la. Backwards, backwards, backwards. Then now one of the guys, I'm sure he was called Mike something, used to be the air traffic controller at the airport back in 2001, 2002 when I lived here. He was one of the golfers in the Desert Golf Club. What is that? It looks so nice. And he kept every time he had a contract renewed a year at a time, and he was old. He was well into his 60s. He probably would have been retired elsewhere in the world. Well, that's your question centre there. Look, you can. It looks very nice, I must be honest. That does look very pleasant. If you can see over the wall, all the individual pods and stuff like that. Very cool indeed. Yeah, what was this story? Well, I kept getting on a 1-year contract, and then at the end of the 1-year contract, they would say, "Oh, no, you're too old. We must let you go." So he would get packed up, and then he would be moving out, and he would be going back to, I think he was from the UK. Back in the UK, retired, and then 3 weeks later there'd be a phone call. "Yes, we need you to come back to be traffic controller." So, and he would negotiate a higher salary every time. He said it was hilarious to him. On a 1-year contract, firing you and then hiring you back a few weeks after you've relocated. Strange, isn't it? Where's his story? Oh, I think this must be Airport Road. There's not as a bad bit of cornering. Car's quite heavy at the minute. Do you know what? There you go. This is the village that I was thinking of earlier on. This is it. I recognise it. I do not remember what it's called. I could find out for you and flash it on the screen. Not that I don't remember, I just don't know what it's called. So yeah, this was the village. And when I came here last time, it was after there'd been some nice winter rain. It was green, birds everywhere, cats everywhere. Yeah, it was a really nice space. Moss. Check it out, it's quite a nice one. Oh. I think it's prayer time. The sound of the prayers. Some birds as well. Yeah, these trees must be full of birds, huh? That nice little soundscape of this small village, and yeah, looks like they're doing a bit of renovation here. Electricity cables in, something like that, I suppose. I'm going to drive down one of their excavations. Yeah, just a small little village. It's very nice, isn't it? Sofa out next to the sofa. What is not as nice this time, not in the summer. It's such a nice little village. Yeah, I remember the graffiti from the last time. Like a pizza slice or something, I can't tell what it is. Naughty little shababs. Left side of that villa, number 16, and then the Emirati doorway. You see the falcon, that metal door. That's like a very Arabic thing, a very Emirati thing. Old school, not so much new, but old school. So big, heavy, wrought iron doors. There you go. Might not look much to you. It doesn't look that much to me, to be honest. It's just a pleasant little space I remember from before. I like it. Little villages like this, very cool. Very cool. Sofas and an armchair. I wonder if I drive back in 6 months, do you think they'll still be there? Probably. Oh, lots of cans of Red Bull down there. And then a couple of grocery stores. Somebody's vandalised the phone, that's a shame. Go. Well, this is exciting. It's becoming a race against time. I've got 6% of battery life left on this battery. I have recharged the first battery we used, but I'll tell you what, I can't be bothered changing everything up. So we are racing to see if we can get to the airport. I'll show you the airport, we're done. Alright, that was a deal. Lovely either side, very nice, country lane. I'll tell you what, this will be nice in an old Mini. Until you hit a pothole, then it will be less nice because you're car would be rather smashed up, I'm afraid. I can see control tower over my left shoulder. I'll have a little look. That's not a main road, is it? No, definitely not. Let's keep motoring. The art of driving, water pumps and sprays all over the place. Going off in a minute. Well, hang on. Regardless of what happens in the next 3 or 4 minutes, I have shown you the airport. internal compass is telling me we're going completely the wrong way for the airport. There's those nice houses that I mentioned a while back. They were private property, you might remember, but you can see them if I just point. There you go. Are you able to see them? Very nice, contemporary architecture. Okay. How much battery have we got left? I think it says 4%, or maybe 1. 1%. Oh dearie me. I'm gonna have to change battery on it. What a pain. Okay. Okay. Right. Well, this is it. Rack Airport. I had to delete some footage, I'm afraid. I got a bit discombobulated and a bit lost in the interior of DIGDAGGA. Every road seemed to look the same, but this is Rack Airport. C'est incroyable. Oui, c'est bon. That's a bit of German for you there, thank you. This is Rack Airport. Flippin' heck. The car park is full, from what I can see. That's one thing that's highly unusual. The last time I was here, there was zero of anything. Cargo terminal, well, we'll not go in there, really. I'll just go into the arrivals and departure terminal. What's it say here? Look, Ras Al Khaimah International Airport, super full. Emergency services rendezvous point. Well, I'm not exactly an emergency service, although you never know. Maybe these videos could be classed as an emergency service. If you're that bored that you're actually watching this. From what I'm seeing, they go to Lahore, Dhaka, Cairo, Islamabad, Indigo flies from here. It used to be Air Arabia as well. So Lahore, Dhaka, Islamabad and Cairo are our destinations. It's a bit sneaky, look at that. They've kind of stolen the font from DXB, I think. Well, I half want to park up and go in there. Somebody's possibly waiting for a flight. I've got a Costa coffee, just in case you didn't spot that. So yeah, there's Rack Airport. I half want to go in, but it's too hot. It's too hot to get out of the car. So no, sorry, we're not. Okay, there you go. Rack Airport. Said I'd bring you the airport. Let's just see some of the old planes that have been dumped at the end of the runway. Wow, I wonder what this looked like when it first opened. So my understanding of Ras Al Khaimah is that before everything went unified and all that sort of stuff, Rack was a little bit like it had hotels with casinos in. It was like the Beirut of this region, well, Beirut's in this region, but it was like the Beirut of the Khalid region, not the Levant. There you go. I don't know if you can see through the security fence there. Lots of old planes and stuff like that. That will likely never ever take to the air again. ISO 9001 2015 certified. That's what it said there on the side of that building. Warehouse. Russell Kmart International Hotel shuttle bus. Airport, not hotel, sorry. Yeah, look at that. There you go. The old planes with the jet engine above the body as part of the tail. Well, they were DC somethings probably. Cool beans, cool beans. Well, actually, I want to exit this way because that concludes our tour of DIGDAGGA and HAMRANIYAH and Saywan and the mystery village, which a small village which I will find out the name of it, and Iraq Airport. Right, we've had enough. Yes, you've had enough, I've had enough, we've all had enough. Yes, we have. Goodbye.